The Olympics means to me or what it means to me is something that's just extremely hard to achieve, and being able to achieve it or strive for perfection, I think, is something that I've always been passionate about. Having the ability to say you're the best in the world at something, I think, is fantastic, and I would love to be able to say that.
I think this weekend's going to be really good for the kids. It's a little bit of a different setup than the normal weekend regatta. It's a little longer. It's 3 days instead of the typical 2-day or 1-day event, which kind of puts the emphasis on consistency and really being able to put together a full regatta. What I really hope the kids get out of this is stepping their game up a little bit, taking a little bit of a longer look at an event and a series, and seeing kind of how an event is run at a bit of a higher level. Though the skills may not be at an international level here, the format and the way the regatta is run is. So it'll kind of give them a taste of what to expect when they go abroad or go to bigger national and international events.
One of the things that the West Coast has going for it is just the amount of variety between the conditions within a 300-mile range. From San Diego all the way up to San Francisco, you can get 20 knots with massive current. In the wintertime, you have massive currents and light air in San Francisco, which is also something that can be beneficial. You have 10 knots every day down in San Diego, and then you have, about the same in Newport, and in Long Beach you'll have a steady 15 every single day. And the wave conditions and the weather conditions are different for all these places as well. So it kind of brings in, depending on what kind of training you want to do, you just have to drive X amount of miles, and you pretty much have that.
I think it's really special because you can go from sailing in 5 knots degrees to 30 knots degrees for about an hour drive. So it makes us really diverse sailors.
I think it's really special because in the winter you don't have to sail in 15-degree weather. So it's really
I think the people, everyone wants to, or most of the people around here want to sail, and everyone's good. So it's just you get to practice against the best people, and you just get better by practicing.
I always tell the kids it's hard because our playing field is always changing. On a football field, baseball field, anything like that. But our playing field changes constantly with waves, with current, with wind. So there's a lot of different factors that go into it, and I think that's what makes it challenging, but also fun to figure out. And if you can master it, it certainly feels pretty good.
What we have is a little different program. We can sail all year round, 12 months. So sometimes it may seem like it's a little less intense and more laid back, but what I think the advantage is that you can constantly build on skills, and you don't get that off season where people get rusty and it takes a month or so for the kids to get back even to just where they were the year before.
I think it's great that we have a co-ed sport. There's very few in the world that are that way, especially come high school. So I think that brings a whole another level to.
And this weekend at the Junior Olympics, I'm going to be sailing a Club 420, and this weekend, mostly what I'm trying to take away from the experience is, since I'm sailing with a crew that I've only sailed with in one other regatta, I'm hoping to be able to prepare with her for upcoming regattas that we're doing later on in the summer that are a little bit higher level, and we're hoping to work out different things like communication and just tuning the boat and trying to work out sailing in different types of conditions. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely communication and boat handling.
We're sailing in the FJ class, and we are trying to work on starts and probably playing the shifts and tactical decisions and stuff like that.
This weekend in the 29er fleet, we're hoping just to overall get better and communicate more and have a strong finish in the Junior Olympics.
We're overall shooting for first, right?
Yeah.
Lose sight of the goals that you really have in mind of going out and achieving is, when in doubt, you'll have those bad days, you'll have those regattas where you're just like, man, that was terrible. But take something away from that and realize that it's just one more step. So when you get to the big show or you get to the event that you really want to do well at, it's not a big deal, and you've been there and you've done that.